Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Sam or XJaws, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use Black Ops perks. Basically, I've been thinking about this a lot recently because as soon as I get Black Ops in my hands and as soon as I get it into my Xbox and I have the ability to make classes, I want to know exactly what classes I'm going to make. So now that the perks have been released and all their abilities have been released, I thought I would make a video like this because I haven't seen anybody else do it. Some other people have made videos explaining what each perk does and doing a breakdown like that. And on that note, I will say that if you have not already figured out what all the new perks do and you would like to see or you would like to know about all the new perks like Hacker, Tactical Mask, Hardened, stuff like that, I'll leave two links in the description. The first one will be to a friend of mine's video, Woody's Gamertag, where he breaks down and analyzes all the perks. He doesn't really go too much into the combinations, which is the focus of this video, so I thought this would be a good addition to his video. So I'm going to link you back over there and tell you to check that out if you want, or if you just want a straightforward list of the perks and what they do, their abilities and whatnot, I'll leave a link in the description to a website that will break down what each one does. Sort of the same thing, except not really as in-depth or intuitive. So anyway, without further ado, let's get it going. So the first thing I'm going to break down is some submachine gun classes. The first submachine gun class you're going to see is lightweight, sleight of hand, and marathon. And basically, lightweight is going to be pretty much the same thing from Modern Warfare 2, faster sprinting. Sleight of hand, same thing from Modern Warfare 2 for the most part. And marathon is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be extended sprint, not unlimited sprint. And also, I forget what the pro version of it is, but this is a really solid class to use. I think it's going to be the predominantly used submachine gun class, just because when you're using a submachine gun, Hardened isn't going to be too much of a benefactor. Scout really isn't going to help you at all. Steady aim, although hip firing, steady aim is beneficial when hip firing. I don't think it's going to be outclassing sleight of hand anytime soon. And using two attachments is not a diehard necessity when using a submachine gun. So because so many people like the marathon lightweight combination with submachine guns, I think this will be the new marathon lightweight ninja or marathon lightweight commando. That kind of the equivalent to what people use now when they want to rush. So I don't think it'll be newbie whatsoever, sort of like marathon lightweight commando, but I think this will be a very strong, solid, and frequently used perk setup, and I would recommend this as your first or predominant perk setup for submachine guns. Alright, so the next one is going to be very similar: lightweight, sleight of hand, and ninja. This is for people out there who like their footsteps to be silent. This is for those out there who are playing search and destroy, where it's a little bit more pertinent for you to have your footsteps not make noise. And also for anybody out there with headsets who want to be able to hear the enemy, putting on ninja will help you out with that. Ninja being pretty much, I believe, the same thing from Modern Warfare 2. Alright, so moving on, number 3, and what you're going to notice here, guys, is a lot of repetition, and I apologize if that's something you don't want to see, but that is, the best perks are the best perks for a reason, and they're going to be used over and over and over, especially when they outclass the other perks for any certain role. So if you guys, for example, you guys are going to see me put sleight of hand on almost all of these classes, and that's because I think that sleight of hand outclasses almost all the other perks in its class. So please don't complain about me not switching it up. It's not about variety. It's about me helping you guys out become better players by showing you guys what I think will be the absolute best perk setups to use together. Alright, so moving on. The next submachine gun class is Flak Jacket, sleight of hand, and marathon. Flak Jacket is basically, from what we can tell so far, is basically Bomb Squad, except it does not impair your vision at all, and also, obviously, is in perk form. It's no longer equipment. Combined with sleight of hand and marathon for rushing, I think it will be great. Flak Jacket, by the way, in case you're not too familiar with Bomb Squad, you can survive with Flak Jacket. You can survive all explosive damages that are not directly on you. Now, maybe if there's multiple ones that go off, maybe you won't be able to survive them. But if a frag grenade is right next to you, you should survive it. But if you get stuck or something, or if you get impaled with an explosive arrow or whatever it is that the crossbow shoots, then you will die because those are like in you or on you. The next kill streaks, or the next perk setup, is going to be very similar. Again, it's just going to be Flak Jacket, sleight of hand, and ninja instead of marathon. Again, a lot of repetition. I think that ninja and marathon are better than the other three perks in their class. So going to be using those in I think every single class that you're going to see from me. The next one is for an assault rifle. I'm going to show you guys some assault rifle classes. The first one is going to be Scavenger, Sleight of Hand, and Ninja. Sleight of Hand and Ninja, again, reoccurring perks you're seeing over and over. Scavenger being the same thing from Modern Warfare 2, giving you the ability to replenish your bullets, your ammo, not your equipment, I believe, and not your grenade launchers, but your ammo and maybe your stun grenades, I'm not sure. And Sleight of Hand and Ninja obviously just being a solid choice. And man, I haven't been wishing for it because I never thought it would be the slightest possibility that this would ever happen. But I have always had a hard time picking between Scavenger and Sleight of Hand. And now that they are both available, I think that's going to be my favorite class setup to use: Scavenger, Sleight of Hand, Ninja. Marathon, I will put that on. Actually, I'll hold off on that for a minute here. The next class is Scavenger, Hardened, Ninja. This is I think the only class that I took off Sleight of Hand just because I wanted to add just this tiny bit of variety in case for whatever reason it turns out that Hardened is better than Sleight of Hand or whatever. I'm definitely going to try it out. Hardened being the equivalent of FMJ or Deep Impact as far as I'm aware, and Scavenger and Ninja obviously just being staple perks, and this will be great for an assault rifle sitting back and shooting through walls. I think it'll work out great. What are we on next here? I apologize. Alright, so the next assault rifle class is going to be Hardline, Sleight of Hand, Ninja. Sleight of Hand, Ninja, again, recurring themes. Hardline, though, I will use this occasionally, just about as occasionally probably as I use Hardened. Every once in a while I put Hardline on a class when I want to get my kill streaks a little bit earlier, and I think Hardline might be a more predominant perk in Call of Duty Black Ops than it is in Modern Warfare 2 currently, because of the fact that kill streaks do not build on each other. Every single kill is going to count that much more, I think. So it's just an opinion. Feel free to disagree, but I think that Hardline will be a much more predominantly used perk than let's say, it's than the cold-blooded counterpart Ghost or something like that. Anyway, the next assault rifle class, again, Hardline, Sleight of Hand, and Marathon, pretty standard. The next thing I'm going to break down now is I'm done with all the classes. Those are all the classes that I recommend. I did submachine guns and assault rifles. Assault rifles, of course, you can use those with the light machine gun guns. Sniper rifles is sort of like a mix and match. You can kind of choose. There's a lot of different options, and I don't think that many people snipe when they're trying to do really well, which is what this video is about, trying to show you guys how to do really well. So I don't think that'll be much of a problem. And shotguns, of course, are just going to be, again, something you might not want to use when you are trying to do really well. So now I'm going to move on to doing a little bit of perk analyzation, not much. Like I said, there's 2 links in the descriptions to videos that will do that, but I am going to today rule out some perks, and I'm going to do it in the nicest way possible because I understand a lot of people will disagree with me here. So I'm either going to put a yellow X through perks that I think that I will never use but I think are still valid perks in the game, and red X's through things that I think that should never be used. Alright, starting off with the first one. Ghost. I do not believe that Ghost is a good perk. As you can see, I will never use it. UAV jammer, UAV jammer or cold-blooded, I don't think I've ever uploaded a single video with. And I do not think that those are good perks to use because you do not use them on every single life, and they're only really helpful if the enemy does have kill streaks, which is, sort of a hit and miss thing. That's not always going to be there. Maybe if you want to have one ghost class for when you hear, enemy UAV inbound or something like that, but really 30 seconds of a UAV or a minute of UAV, whatever the case may be, I don't think it's worth using up your first perk slot, especially when you have, 4 other decent options. So that's just my opinion. Again, feel free to disagree, but that's what I'm saying. Flak Jacket. Now, although I did use this on one class, I'm not 100% sure about this perk. This is one I'm a little bit, iffy on the fence about, so I'm going to put a yellow X through it, not a red X through it. The reason being is because I'm not sure yet if it's going to impair your vision, and also, next to the other perks in this class, it might not hold up. It might turn out that when, we finally get Black Ops, that the grenades aren't very powerful, and Flak Jacket might not be that much of a necessity. Now that, Scavenger doesn't replenish grenades, you don't have one-man army, you don't have all these explosives going around. Flak Jacket might be much less useful than I may be thinking. So even though I did put it into one of my classes that I recommend, I'm going to say, you know what, I'm not all-knowing, I'm not omniscient, I'm not sure, I could be wrong easily. So Flak Jacket, keep an eye out for that. We'll see if that's going to be a good perk or not. It depends. The next perk that I'm going to rule out is Scout. Scout is longer holding breath time on snipers, and for snipers I would easily recommend Hardened or Sleight of Hand before. Even though Sleight of Hand does not actually decrease the aims on sight time for snipers, I still think that the faster reload time is beneficial enough to justify using that over Scout. I also think that Hardened will also be obviously a very good perk when using sniper rifles, and seeing a Scout really only helps you when you're using sniper rifles. I just don't think it will be a good perk even when using sniper rifles, next to the other perks in its class. Alright, next we have Second Chance. Now here's the first red X that you're seeing. Second Chance, basically last stand, final stand, that sort of thing. I just do not think that this is a good addition to the game. I do not think it's a very useful perk. I think a lot of people like to think that this is like their way out. A lot of people like to think, oh, it'll save my ass a bunch of times. In the end, it's not going to be nearly as helpful in the long run for good players as Marathon or Ninja would be. Again, you're going to see another red X here with Hacker. I think that Hacker is another one of those perks that Treyarch is so proud of. They think they're so cool for doing it. They think that this is the next best, coolest thing in the game. Really, it's the same kind of thing with Bomb Squad or Sit Rep. Really not common perks, not very beneficial. Again, Scavenger is not going to be replenishing claymores and explosives and whatnot, so Hacker won't be as beneficial for seeing like claymores and C4 and all that kind of stuff. And in addition to that, the Pro ability, which I think allows you to booby trap care packages, or it is maybe Hacker is allowing you to roll the dice and get a second care pack. No, that's Hardline. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what I'm thinking here. Sorry, but booby trapping care packages, I think it's going to be this really small percentage of the time when people actually get a care package and have Hacker on and decide to booby trap it, or find a care package to booby trap, and I think it won't be that big a part of the game. I think it sounds really cool on the surface, but it's not going to sway the turn of any games. It's not going to sway the outcome of any games. It's not going to turn anything around, and I don't think it's a good perk to use. Just my opinion. Again, feel free to disagree, but I would not recommend using it ever. The next one is Tactical Mass. Again, a red X through this. This is decreased damage from concussion grenades and stun or flash grenades. I think there was a World at War equivalent to this. I just don't think it will be good. If there was a World at War equivalent to this, because I never played World at War, somebody let me know, because I'm guessing if there was, it probably wasn't a very good perk in that game either. And that's pretty much it. So the last thing I want to show you guys here is the perks that I endorse and think are going to be very good, and I think that there's no way they'll turn out to be bad perks. Lightweight, Scavenger, Hardline, Hardened, Sleight of Hand, and Marathon and Ninja. I've basically narrowed it down from 15 perks to 7 good perks. Again, Flak Jacket is kind of on the fence, maybe 7.5, I could say. But if you were going to try your best to do well, I would not recommend using perks Ghost, Flak Jacket, Scout, Steady Aim, Warlord, Second Chance, Hacker, or Tactical Mass. I do not think they will be nearly as beneficial as some might think, and I don't think that they'll be nearly as beneficial as the other perks that I've outlined in the class that are actually good. So please, guys, don't hate on me if I have discredited anything that you guys have thought was previously good. Again, I'm doing this for your guys. I'm doing this for you guys so that I can maybe help you guys out. For those guys still on the fence or don't know what they want to use when they get into the game, I think that just like Bandolier Stopping Power and Ninja was good in Call of Duty 4, and Scavenger Stopping Power and Ninja was good in Modern Warfare 2, I think it's going to be the perk setups that I used in this video that are going to be the best ones in this game. And I think there's also going to be a little bit more variety now that Stopping Power is not in the mix. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you thought it was beneficial whatsoever, and I really appreciate when you guys do that, because it only takes a fraction of a second, and videos like this are a lot more editing and stuff than my other gameplay videos. So please do support me, and I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.